Here are 5 things you're going to hear that you know the sale's not going well. Watch this video to learn how to overcome them.
Number 1, can you email me something?
Can you email me something is one of those that you hear where the seller wants you to jump through hoops to make you feel like you're making progress. It's going to be, can you email me something? Can you send me something? What's your website? Do you have a Better Business Bureau website? And when you hear these things, again, you feel like progress is being made. In reality, nothing's happened. They're still intellectual in nature and they're not emotionally committed to you. Typically when we hear someone say, can you email me something? We know they're not quite convinced. So we're gonna wanna dig into it. What are you hoping to see? And they'll say, well, we want to review your contract. Got it. You're not comfortable with the conversation we've had so far. And when they say, well, I want to see what we're agreeing to here, I say, okay, so if we come to an agreement, the contract is the only thing that's causing us to not be able to work together. And if they say, yes, okay, now we got some progress. But typically you're going to hear, well, and you're going to find out the true objection. So can you email me something? Can you send me something? Are typically time wasters or them trying to get you off the phone and they don't feel comfortable telling you, I don't want to talk to you right now, Mr. Salesperson.
Number 2, I need to talk to my attorney.
I need to talk to my attorney is a higher authority objection. It's much like I need to talk to my accountant. I need to review this with my realtor. Again, this is in a stall where they want to bring somebody else involved in the conversation. They believe that if they bring in an artificial or arbitrary third person that you can't see that's a professional, then you cannot move forward and ask for the close, ask for the order. When in reality, this is just another typical stall. So what you want to ask is, got it, so you just need an attorney to review it. And they say, yep, okay, if your attorney reviews it and he's comfortable with it, what will happen next? I say, well, I guess we'll work together, we'll move forward, we'll sign a contract, whatever it is. You're going to find out if that's really true or not. More often, you're going to hear, well, I don't know when I'm going to hear from him. He might be busy, this or that. And then there's still more stalls and delays, right? Typically, when someone says they need to review with an attorney, we're going to, feel a little bit bad about ourselves. We're going to kind of sink our shoulders a little bit. Got it. You need to talk to an attorney. I must have done something to lose your trust. And we're going to find out what's really happening here, what's causing them to really want to get to an attorney involved. Another thing you might ask them is, well, when you bought this home, your attorney, they reviewed the contract, and normally they're going to say no. Then you go back to, well, then I guess I'm kind of confused. What's happening here that we need to bring an attorney involved? So that's how we typically deal with third-party, higher authority, people that you can't see that are professionals.
Number 3, I need to sleep on it.
I need to sleep on it is a very common stall or a thinking delay. This is up there with I need to think about it, I need to think it over, I need some time to review. And really, it's just a way for them to push you away so that you don't go for the close. So someone says I need to sleep on it, we're going to say, I get it, you need to sleep on it. Can you just help me out? What is it that you need to review? What is it that you need to think about? And sometimes they'll tell you, well, I don't want to tell you. I just need to think about it. At this point, we do one of two things. We either express urgency or we take things away. So for us, if we're buying a home, we just share with them, well, if you need to think about it, you need how much time to think about it? 2 days. Got it. Okay. Well, I have a couple other appointments. If you're telling me in 2 days you might decide to work with us, but at that time we've purchased 2 other properties, what are we going to do about that? We're taking it away, right, where they can no longer think about it, or they recognize the repercussions of thinking about it. Another thing we might do is, you need to think about it. Got it. Okay. Is it the process? And they'll say, no, it's not the process. Got it. It's got to be the price. And they'll say, no, it's not the price. Oh, I get it. It's me. You're uncomfortable with me. At which point the truth should come out as to what it is they really are uncomfortable that they need to think about when it's truly the actual objection.
Number 4, I need to talk to my wife.
I need to talk to my wife, which is also similar to I need to run this by my son, my daughter, my father, my uncle, whatever. This is a very common objection, but the wife, is the one that's used most often. And the reason why this comes up is because most guys understand this, right? Most guys realize that you generally do need to talk to your wife before making any important decisions. However, you need to understand when they say they need to talk to their wife, either they're blowing smoke or maybe you didn't do a good enough job in the very beginning of the appointment to find out whether the wife has any input on the matter. So before we get into, I need to talk to my wife, you need to be very clear. Sir, I just want to make sure I understand. Before we put anything in writing, who else has input on this matter? And if they say, well, it's just me, got it, and there's nobody that can veto it. And they say, nope, there's nobody that can veto this. We'll follow up with, you mean to tell me if we agree on everything today, you don't even need to talk to your wife? And if at this point they still say, we're good, then you get to the very end and they say, I need to talk to my wife. Now we just say, I don't understand. You know, at the very beginning you say you didn't need to talk to your wife. Now you do. Can you help me understand what's going on here? But by addressing the wife objection up front, you should not hear the wife objection at the very end. So the best way to overcome this other higher authority person that's not here is to address it before we get to the very end when you're trying to close the sale.
Number 5, I like what you're telling me.
I like what you're telling me, or I like you, I like what you're saying, is all in the same vein of trying to protect your ego. So I want you to think about the last time you needed to have a very difficult conversation with somebody. How did you start out that conversation? How's your day going? You doing good? And then you lay down the hammer. So this is going to sound awfully jaded, but you know, I've been doing this for 14 years. Now these days, when someone asks me how my day is going or I really like you, I immediately hear red alert, something bad's about to happen, right? And so if you hear I like you, you just got to ask them, I appreciate that. And you're telling me that because, or man, I really like what you're telling me, which means, and you're going to find out what's really going on. So this is just their way of softening whatever is going to happen before they ask you to leave. What even may happen sometimes is they'll tell you, I like what you're telling me, or I like you, as a precursor right before I need to think about it. I need to sleep on it. So this may be just part of their 1-2 punch, but I like what you're telling me is just another one of those smoke screen objections, and you just need to clarify by asking them, which means, or can you tell me more about that? Or I appreciate that, and you're telling me that right now because, and you'll find out what's really happening. You're uncovering so that you can deal with the real objection.
Here's a bonus one. Let's wait until after the holidays.
Let's wait till the holidays. Man, I remember the very first year I was in sales, and I talked to all these people like, you know, let's just wait till after the holidays. I was so stoked. I knew in January I was about to just kick the door off in the new year. I was going to crush it with my pipeline. And then the new year starts and you can't get a hold of them. And then the next year, same thing. Right before the holidays, let me wait till the next year. And again, I get excited. Man, I am going to crush it come January. And then my hopes got crushed again. So what really happens here? Let's wait until the holidays is really someone feeling a little festive. They're afraid to hurt your feelings, kind of like I like you. So they don't want to tell you to go take a long walk off a short pier. They're just going to say, you know what, let's just wait until after the holidays and call me then. And unfortunately, this works a lot because most salespeople are really bad at follow-up. So if you hear, let's wait till after holidays, the way we would address it is, so if I understand this correctly, you want to get this done after the holidays. And they'll say, yes, okay, help me understand. Are you trying to get this started after the holidays? Or you want to have this wrapped up right at the end of the holidays? And they say, oh, I want to get this started after the holidays. You can follow up with them. I highly encourage follow-up. But don't get excited about it because this is often a holiday smokescreen objection and it's probably not going to go anywhere. Sorry to disappoint you. So again, those are the 5 most common objections. With a bonus one, if there's any that I missed, please comment below. I want to address them for you and help you guys get better at closing deals.